हकीकत में वो लुत्फ़े ज़िंदगी पाया।
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Actually, this is Sikal Arik Institute of Education, and I am here, Ghulam Muhammad Sheikh, and it will be your first class here, and it will be relating grammar. And I have chosen the topic today, that is articles. Articles. Have you heard the name? Okay. Now we'll start. Articles actually, I will write it here. A, an, and the are called articles. These words, these small words, a, an, I have made here this oblique. It means these two words. They are considered actually in terms of meaning, they are considered as one. There is no difference in terms of meaning, but in terms of sound, later on you will come to know that there is a difference in terms of sound, but in terms of meaning there is no difference. Okay, so will a, an, and the are called articles. I will write here. They come before nouns. This is very important point, that we use these articles before nouns. But a very unique fact, you will bear it in your minds, is that when a noun is preceded by adjectives, when a noun is preceded by, then it will come before adjective. I will make you understand. Beautiful, a beautiful scene. See, scene, it is actually noun, but this time this article, it is preceded by adjective. It is preceded by, we have written here that they come before nouns. They come before, articles always come before nouns. This is a unique fact. But when a noun is preceded by an adjective, then it will be preceded by adjective. These articles will be preceded by then adjective. And if adjectives are preceded by adverb, this way, a very beautiful scene. A very beautiful scene. See, this time adjective, first noun, it is preceded by adjective, and adjective is preceded by adverb, and adverb is preceded by article. Remember, actually we have to remember the fact that these articles, they come before nouns, but if nouns are preceded by adjectives, then they will come before adjective. If adjectives are preceded by adverb, then they will come before adverb. So this the fact, it goes like this. So we'll move on. You're right also. There are two articles. Remember, there are two articles, namely a, oblique, and. I have already told you that in terms of meaning there is no difference, but in terms of sound there is a difference. You will come to know later on. A, an, and the. There are only these two articles in English language. These two, a, an, and the. Okay. These articles, they have been categorized into two broad divisions. First is indefinite. It is indefinite article. What's it? Indefinite article. Okay. An is called an indefinite article, because it points out, some indefinite person or thing. As so the first division is indefinite article. What is indefinite article? And is called an indefinite article. Why? Because it points out, means it shows, it refers some indefinite person or thing. For example, if you say he is a boy, he is a boy. See here, a boy means you talk about any boy. You talk about, it's not any particular, it is indefinite person. It is indefinite person. So you might have got the point that indefinite article or an is indefinite article. Why? Because it points out, it shows, or it refers some indefinite person or thing. This is all about indefinite article. Now the second division is, what's that? That is definite article. That is definite article. And likewise, this is the is called a definite article. A definite article. Why? Why it is called a definite article? Because it points out some particular person or thing. Particular person or thing. Particular person or thing. For example, definite article. For example, he is the boy. When you say he is the boy, then it means you talk about a definite boy, a particular boy. So it is how it goes. These are the two major divisions of articles: definite article and indefinite article. Now we will definite articles. We use indefinite articles. We use indefinite articles, or you can say article. We use indefinite article with a singular countable noun. For example, we use indefinite article with a singular countable noun. For example, a pen. This pen, it is first it is singular, then it is countable. Always remember that we use indefinite articles with a singular countable noun, never with plural countable nouns or uncountable nouns, only with singular countable nouns. Okay, and let us write another example. An ox. See, an ox. This it is also singular and countable noun, so we'll use an. There is no difference. I will repeat it. There is no difference in terms of meaning between a and an. Okay. Then we'll move ahead. You will write it. We use definite article we use definite article with a singular countable noun, then plural countable nouns, and uncountable nouns, So it means that this definite article, we use it first with a singular countable nouns. I will quote the examples here. I will write the examples. See, this is the boy. The boy means a particular boy, a definite boy. The boy. You can also write the boys. See, this is also singular. This is plural countable noun. So first we use that with singular countable noun. This is singular countable noun, and you can also use this there with plural countable nouns. This is plural countable noun, and you can also say the water. This doesn't mean the particular water. For example, if you say the water in the jug, means this becomes the particular, all the water that is there in the jug. So you can also use that with the uncountable nouns. So you have come to know that we use that with a singular countable noun, and we also use it with plural countable nouns, and we use it with uncountable nouns. Okay, have you got it? Okay. So we'll move on. Now we'll try to know that on the basis of what we make the choice between these and. As I have already told you that in terms of meaning there is no difference, but in terms of sound there is a difference. We use with a word beginning with a consonant. Okay, consonant sound, not letter. Remember it. We use with the words beginning with consonant sounds. For example, there is pen. See, this per sound, it is consonant sound. So we'll use a pen. And there is a boy. This b sound, it is also consonant sound. We write a boy. And the words beginning with vowel sound, not letter. Vowel sound. The words that begin with vowel sounds we use are an. For example, os. There is os. You are right. An os, because this word os word, it begins with the vowel sound. So we write an os. Okay. Then there is sometimes there are some confusing words. This is union. Apparently, this word begins with u. This is u. This is indeed a vowel letter, but it produces consonant sound. So we write a union. This is a confusing. Sometimes this word it becomes a confusing sound. So we write a union, not an union, because this is indeed this is vowel letter but not vowel sound. It doesn't produce vowel sound, so we write a u. Okay. There is another word, hour. There this H letter, it remains silent. So shall we write hour or an hour? An hour. Why? Because this H letter is silent and it produces, this word produces which sound? Vowel sound. So we write an hour. Nice. So you might have got the fact. There is no difference. I'm repeating this fact. No difference in terms of meaning, but in terms of sound, there is a difference. The words that begin with consonant sound, they take which article? And the words that begin with vowel sound, those words take an. Okay. We'll move on. Now we'll use of indefinite articles. Use of indefinite articles. Now we'll see where to use the indefinite articles. The first use is before a singular countable noun. Before a singular countable noun, before a singular countable noun, when it is mentioned for the first time. When it is mentioned for the first time and represents no particular person or thing. This is the first usage of this. I will make it clear to you. Before a singular countable noun, when it is mentioned for the first time, remember this fact. When it is mentioned for the first time and represents no particular person or thing. For example, it is a ball. It is a ball. See, you have mentioned this ball for the first time. If you are continuing this sentence, then you will mention this ball another time. Then at that time you will not use then, because it becomes, if you are mentioning the same thing next time, then it becomes particular. It will not then take up. That is what I have written here. When it is mentioned for the first time. बेटा आप मेरी बात को समझ रहे हैं? देखिए, बिफोर ए सिंगुलर काउंटेबल नाउन, जब एक सिंगुलर, देखिए ये बॉल जो है ये सिंगुलर है और काउंटेबल नाउन है, और जब आप इसको पहली बार इसका तज़किरा कर रहे हैं, when it is mentioned for the first time, जब पहली बार इसका आप तज़किरा कर रहे हैं, जब आप इसी चीज को फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एंड this is the ball and the ball is very expensive. See, you have mentioned the same noun next time, so you will use definite article there. So this is what I have written here, when it is mentioned for the first time. It means if you are mentioning any singular countable noun for the first time, then it will take indefinite article or an, because there is no difference in terms of meaning. So it rests on sound. So it produces, this ball produces which sound? Consonant or vowel? Consonant. So it will take. This is the first use of this. Before a singular countable noun, when it is mentioned for the first time and represents no particular person or thing. Okay, this is the first use of it. We'll move to another use of this article. So it is before a singular countable noun, before a singular countable noun which is used as an example of a class of things. बेटा इसका दूसरा यूज है, बिफोर अ सिंगुलर काउंटेबल नाउन which is used as an example of a class of things. For example, a child needs love. See, a child needs love. There is S. A child needs love means all children need love. This means all, where class here means group. Before a singular countable noun, when it is used as an example, you have used this child as an example from all the children. From all the children. बेटा ये बच्चा जो है ना, एक बच्चे को प्यार, इसका मतलब नहीं होता है एक बच्चे को, आपने एक सारे बच्चों में से एक को एज एग्जाम्पल यहां प्रेजेंट किया है. मेरी बात समझ रहे हैं? इसी तरह अ स्टूडेंट must obey his teachers. Nice. A student must obey his. It doesn't mean a student. Sorry, this is a student. It doesn't mean that it's a particular student. We are taking from all the students a student as an example. Are you getting me? जरा आप देखिए, a student must obey his teachers. जरा कोई और एग्जाम्पल आप फ्रेम करिए. शाबाश. A cow must be insured. A cow must be insured means all cows must be insured. Or it means any cow must be insured. Are you getting me? तो हम यहाँ क्लास ऑफ थिंग्स से, ग्रुप ऑफ थिंग्स से एक चीज को क्या कर रहे हैं एज एन एग्जाम्पल प्रेजेंट, तो वहां भी हम indefinite article को यूज करते हैं. Are you getting me? We'll move to third use of this. So far we have read only the two uses of indefinite article and we are going to move towards the third use of this, and that is very crucial. With a noun complement. With a noun complement. This is PLE. With a noun complement, and it includes all the professions. See, with a noun complement. What is noun complement? See, she is a girl. This is now when this here called a linking verb. It's not helping verb here, because when it will be followed by main verb, then at that time it will become helping verb. बेटा आप समझ रहे हैं? जब इस अगर आप लिख रहे हैं ना, मिसाल आप लिख रहे हैं she is seeking knowledge. She is seeking knowledge. She is seeking. आप देखिए, this is followed by main verb, so this is helping verb or auxiliary verb. बेटा आप समझ रहे हैं? When this it is not followed by main verb, then at that time it becomes linking verb. It becomes linking verb. तो linking verb के बाद अगर आप देख रहे हैं कि यहाँ पर क्या है, noun है, तो So this will be called as noun complement. Complement. Complement means that makes something complete. So this word girl, it makes this whole sentence complete. It completes its meaning. So this is called a noun complement. See, she is honest. जरा बेटा पूरा ध्यान दीजिए. She is honest. She is honest. तो यहां पर भी लिंकिंग वर्ब के बाद वर्ड है honest. तो क्या ये नाउन है? मुझे बताइए क्या ये नाउन है? No, this is adjective. So this is called adjective complement. This is not noun complement. तो यहां पर कोई आर्टिकल आप यूज नहीं करेंगे. ये तभी होता है जब आप नाउन कंप्लीमेंट यूज करेंगे लिंकिंग वर्ब के बाद. अब देखिए, she is a girl. She is a girl. Okay. I will give some more examples so that it will get clear. She. I am I'm a doctor. See, I'm a doctor. And this word doctor, it is noun. So this is noun complement, and you will definitely use article, indefinite article, or an. Are you getting me? Okay. So I am a doctor, and you have written also here. It includes all the professions. I am an engineer. You can write. See, I am a carpenter, and somebody can say that she is a nurse. She's a nurse. See, this nurse, this doctor, this girl, they are all nouns. So this will be called as noun complement. With a noun complement, we use indefinite articles with a noun complement. This is noun complement. This is noun complement. जरा और कुछ examples frame करिए. You make some more examples. Okay. Yes.
He's a lawyer.
He is a lawyer. He's a lawyer. Is it clear to you? Now this lawyer, this is noun, and this is noun complement, and before noun complement you will definitely use article or and means indefinite article. Is it clear to you? Okay. Shall we move to another use? Okay. Then the fourth use of this indefinite article is fourth use. This is in certain expressions of quantity. In certain expressions of quantity. Okay. There are certain expressions, means certain words are there. For example, a lot of. A lot of. See, a lot of. You always write a lot of something. A lot of something. And then there is another word, a couple. See, a couple. You write a couple. Then you write a great many. A great many. A great many. Then you write a great deal of. A great deal of. And in the same way you write a dozen. These are certain expressions of quantity, and you use article, indefinite article. You use indefinite article. There are certain these exceptions. You can say there are certain exceptions are there. For example, you use this word sound is there. Sound. Sometimes you say that don't make a sound. Don't make a sound. You please pay heed. Don't make a sound. This sound, is it countable noun or uncountable noun? This is uncountable. Then how we are using this article because it is an exception. It's an exception. In the same way, you say make a hurry. Make a hurry. See, this word hurry, this is also uncountable noun, and you use with it. These are exceptions and these are out of rule, I mean to say. So you have remembered that in certain expressions of quantity you use indefinite articles. Have you penned them down? Okay. Then we'll move on. Okay. Then the next use of this, that is in exclamations. In exclamations, before a singular countable nouns. Okay. In exclamations, before a singular countable nouns, you write what a nice building. What a nice building. See, this is the exclamatory sentence, and this building, it is singular countable noun, and you will write what a nice building. What a nice building. But this time this building, it is preceded by adjective, nice, and adjective will be preceded by article. You have learned it. What a nice building. And in the same manner, you can write what a beautiful scene. What a beautiful scene. What a beautiful scene. In exclamations, before a singular countable nouns, you use indefinite article. You use indefinite articles. So you have learned how many uses of this indefinite article? 5. We'll recapitulate these all 5 uses. Okay. The first use is before a singular countable noun, but there is a condition. When it is mentioned for the first time and it doesn't represent any particular person or thing. This is the first use. And the second is before a singular countable noun which is used as an example of a class of things. This was the second. And third, with a noun complement. Okay. And then the fourth use is in certain expressions of quantity. So there are some certain expressions, some certain words. Before those expressions or words, we use indefinite article. And then the last use is in exclamations, when before a singular countable noun, and there also we use. That is how it ends the class. Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum.